15 minutes early. Amazing. I'm doing the live stream a little early today. I have to check out around 3 o'clock. So we are going to do a Halloween live stream today. Since it's the month of October, I made some new templates, new sketches for some Halloween designs. You guys can always check out my playlist of Halloween tutorials and live streams on Heather Boyd Wire. I'll link up some of those videos below in the description. And without further ado, let's flip the screen and get going. Let's turn the screen and let's flip it around. And there's the templates. So let me just make sure we're all set up. Everything is okay. This might have to go on a bit more of an angle, just a teeny bit. There we go. It's always a little adjusting at the beginning. So we're going to lift that. So hopefully I can bring this down a bit. And that should be, make sure we're on screen. I can always adjust that after. I've got some beads. I'm going to do some. So I went to the Halloween store the other day and saw some really cute ideas. So I thought we'd go with that. And did some sketches. So my own interpretation of those things. So let me go ahead and pull up the live stream here. Make sure the volume is off. There we go. So yeah, maybe we'll have a few minutes for people to hop on, and I will just tell Amber I'm starting. Just starting. No problem if you are not free. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So if you guys don't already know, Amber is the moderator of the channel, and she usually hops on, so that would be great. And then we have our regulars that usually hop on. Like I said, I'm starting early, so I did get out my resin. Oh, this was the one that I wanted to do. Of course, now I forgot to get the fabric. So let me do that while people start to hop on. So I meant to do that one. I'll grab some fabric. Sorry about that. I meant to get some cheesecloth, but I just got some regular fabric. So let's do that. And why don't we start with that one? I used to have a tutorial for the ghost like that, and I deleted it. When YouTube put in their guidelines for made for kids stuff, I deleted that video. So that's unfortunate. Anyways, I should have put it on unlisted, but I deleted it. So here, we're going to get a head pin. We'll get a bead. We're just going to make little ones. Maybe that's too, maybe those are too small. Those are going to be teeny tiny ghosts. Or we could use a bigger bead, but this might not hold on the head pin. Oh, that's going to hold. Okay, why don't we do bigger ones? There we go. Probably white is a good size. Hi Corey, how are you? I'm a few minutes early today. So I'm just starting slow. I'm remaking some earrings that I made years ago in 2016, but I had deleted them. So I'm going to go ahead and make these ghost earrings, and we'll just do it super simple. And I meant to get better fabric. This one's all wrinkly, but that's all right. It's probably fine. I just have to get some scissors. I'll get my ruler. And we will figure this out. 'Tis the Halloween season. So we're going to do some Halloween earrings. Easiest way to cut fabric is just clip it and rip it if you want a nice raw edge. My sewing skills back. And so what if we want all those edges to be raw like that, we can do the same thing here. Give it a clip and rip it. Now how big do you want it? That's the question. So if we do it like this, we don't want them too big, like no bigger, I would say no bigger than this. So, thank you, I'm doing good, yeah. I'm going to pick up my sister, so that's why I was doing an early live stream, because I have to leave at 3 to get her at the train. She's coming in from Fallowfield on the train, so that's what I have to do. So now, to make the square, of course, you just fold it on the, like in the diagonal, and we'll give it a little clip, and we'll do the same again. And it's okay that it's frayed. It's almost better that it's frayed. Oh, I'm not really staying on camera, am I? So we're going to do this here, and I'm going to do this one. Have you tried the palette earrings yet, Corey? Hi, Angela. How are you? There we go. Let's throw out our little bits. I'll just put them over here. Okay, so now we have these pieces. Let's measure them so you guys know. They are 1, 2.5 inches. Can maybe make them smaller. And if you want to fray them, because that looks cool, we can just fray the fabric a little bit. I don't know how well these are going to fray. They're not too bad. You could fray them more if you want. Hop, skip, and a jump from my house. Oh, that's so cool. You're near Fallowfield. I love that. Yeah, it's because she was staying in Arnprior with my mom, and so that's the closest train station. Otherwise, they would have had to bring her across town. So this way, it's in the West End, which is great. So here we have the fabric squares, and then basically you just take this. Now, is this going to be too big? We're going to see. And then we want to get it in the center, and if it's a little off, you can measure it, or if it's a little off, it's fine. So we want to poke this through Fallowfield Station. That's so cool. So we're going to put this through and then to here. Now, is this going to be too big? Makes for a little bit of a big ghost. Let's see if we did the smaller bead to compare it. So I'm going to get another head pin here. We're just warming up here. I'm going to do some resin stuff today. And this one would be the 8mm bead, but I'm a little worried it's going to go right through that hole. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it did. Oopsies. Well, if that's the case, no problem. We'll just get a piece of wire. So I did buy more 20 gauge wire at Michael's because I was out. And with the coupon, it ends up being cheaper than buying it online on Amazon. So that's a good thing. So let's just cut a piece of the 20 gauge wire. So if the head pin end is too small for the bead, we'll just do a loop. Okay, we'll just do a loop around. Oh, I just did a video about how to make perfect loops. I should follow my own instructions, right? That's pretty well what I did. So here's a loop, and we're going to put the 8mm bead in there and see which looks better, the 8 or the 10. That even might be a 12. I don't know what that is. Okay, so we're going to do that in there. Get in there, you. Oh, see it now. It's pulling out one of the threads, but that's okay. So we're going to get that in there, and it's got one of these threads sticking out. Whew. If you don't like that thread, just put it up on the other way around. There we go, and then it should be fine. I'll probably poke the thread out the other way. Okay, so here we have, this is with the smaller bead. So maybe it's a little too bunchy there. Could be. Yeah, and that's going to be hard to draw the face on there, so maybe not the smaller bead. And I have one that's kind of in between, but it's more faceted. So let's, well, since we're trying beads, why don't we try that one? Put in there. Okay. And there you go. If you want it more to poke through better, you could cut the wire on an angle and then it's going to do it well. So there's this, oh, but now he's got a lumpy face. So let's just go with the bigger ones. Okay, we're gonna put that at the side. I can save that. And where did I put that head pin that I discarded? I think I'll just get another one. Okay, there. So we'll just get another head pin. And yeah, I'm not sure if Amber's gonna make it because I messaged her I might be early and I haven't heard from her, so she might just hop right on time. Okay, so there's that and that. And because we are still 5 minutes early, wow. It's a record. We drove our ATV to Arnprior recently. That's so cool. Wow, I love that. Okay, so here's, we could do the ghost. It's gotta have a really big head, but that's okay. So if we do want to do the ghost, we're gonna pull this down. It's gonna be a little on the big side, but it's Halloween, right? So you should have big ghost earrings. Now I do have white wire, which I ordered last year because I didn't have enough for my Halloween and my Christmas tutorials. So let's just go ahead with the white and find the end. How much? Well, I'll cut about 6 inches and then I might be able to use this for both of them. I've never been on an ATV. That's ATV. That's what it's called. Never been on one. That sounds cool. My parents have a cottage at Round Lake and you see people on those all the time. There we go. Let's just pull this fabric right in. It's a little bunchy, but that's okay. And then you can take this wire, I should pull it a little tighter and bring it around a few times. Okay. I think I will have to cut another one. Okay, we'll just pull it pretty tight. And if you want it tighter, just get 2 pliers. And pull. Whoa, no, that didn't work. That got weirdly twisted. I'm just going to bring that around there. So just, if you pull it, just be careful because that didn't quite work. There, so we've got that. That looks cute. It's got a very big head, don't you think? I think that head's very big, but you know what? They're Halloween earrings. It's fine. So let's go ahead and clip that and clip that. And if you want to bend that in and pinch it in a bit, you can do that. Okay, so here's Ghosty. And then for the, yeah, he's got a very big head. Oh well. We're going to cut that to about 3/8 to 1/2 inch. And take the round pliers. Connie, hello, hello. I'm a little early today, so Amber and Mirta might not be expecting me to be so early, but I have to go early, so that's why I started early. So here's the ghost, very similar to some ghost earrings I made in 2016, but I deleted the video. So here's one. Let's do the other one. Okay, and we'll get another piece of the white wire, 20 gauge. Okay, so let's just say we'll cut 4. It's easier to grab if you have 4 inches. So let's go ahead. The square was 2.5 inches fabric, and then it was head pins and 4 inches of white wire. Amber, how you doing? Amber, I sent you a DM that I was early today because I'm going to pick up Kristen, so I'm going to have to sign off at 3. So I actually started 15 minutes early, which is completely unheard of. It's a first in all the years. I think, how long have I been doing the live streams? Maybe 5 years at least. This is the first time I've been early, so that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and pull these down here. I didn't see, no problem, that's fine. I was starting slowly. I forgot some stuff downstairs, you know. Just taking my time. So we're just going to pull that, and then we're going to take this one and just hold it really tightly. If you have trouble grabbing it, if it's slipping, especially because this is plastic coated wire, just take your pliers and bring it around. Okay, so now we can clip the back. Can't believe I deleted this video, because I look back on Facebook and it's I searched my Facebook page to say ghost earrings, and there's like 4 references to the ghost earrings, but it leads to a video that doesn't exist, so that's unfortunate. It probably was a really bad quality anyway, so maybe I'll make another one. Okay, ghosts are so cute, thank you. Yeah, these are classic. Okay, we're gonna bring this one around. Make sure we connect right in there. Okay, bring that in there. Perfect, so now we have our ghosties, and we have to draw our face. So you could use Sharpie, you could use paint. I think I'm going to use nail polish because it's going to be easier. Last week we had fun with the palette earrings. Those were so much fun. I can't wait to see if people are going to make them. So we have just some, I think the nail polish is going to be easier. It's a little stinky, but love the sketches. Thank you. Okay, so hopefully this is going to work and not glob all over the place. We're going to see. You can make them more oval shaped if you want. Oh, it's cute. They're very basic. Oh man, this stinks. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're gonna put that one at the side, and then we'll do this guy. Hope I don't make a mistake. I guess if you make a mistake, you could just flip it over. Oh, that looks bad. Oh well, maybe I could touch it up after, or I could flip it over. Wow, I don't know if we can flip it over because the ends are over there. Oh well, that's fine. I'll touch it up after, or Photoshop it. You're working on the palette earrings. Awesome. Hi Lindsay, how are you? Flop all over the place. Yeah, there you go. Nice to see you. So these were some other fun ones that I saw. Well, these ones I had seen similar ones in the Halloween store. And I was going to try a ghost with resin too. So why don't we go ahead and do that? And I'll deal with those ghosts later. So we have this. Just going to get some stuff out of the way here. And I'll plug in my resin lamp. I decided to discard those gel nail polish with the lamp because I found the gel nail polish didn't work so well. After all, that was an experiment. So now we're just going to use resin. We have some tape, and maybe we'll do, I might use wire for the outside, or I could use silver. We're going to have to see. Held a palette with the thumb hole. Yes, I don't think I've ever held a traditional palette before. I don't think so. That's funny. Okay, so now we need a flat surface to lay this on. And I'm looking at, oh look, I have these wires too that I already flattened before. I don't know if I can use those or not. I might, but I do need a hard flat surface to put the tape on. Otherwise it could buckle. So here's something that looks pretty good. It's just a piece of cardboard. And we'll take this and cut a piece here. And I'll just make a pendant. So I won't have to make two. I'll just make one. Although you could make earrings. So let's do that and that, and let's have a look at that. So for the ghost, I was thinking something like that, even with Boo might be cute, but I do like that shape. So I think I'll do that one. And maybe I will outline it with this wire. I could do that. It's a little crooked. I'm going to move that over just for a second. Get this. And where are we going to finish it? I guess up at the top. So if we start at the bottom and try to trace this, either trace it or just eyeball it. I guess you could kind of trace. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's a ghost. Okay, I'm going to do like that. Okay, let's just do something kind of, just make it a little warbly. Okay, there we go. Perfect. And then up here and then down here. Bring it around and up and then here. And go there, up here, and up about here. Let's see how that's going to look. Okay, and then we're going to bring that one up. Keep it simple. And then up here. Okay, so how is that looking? That looks good. Now let's go ahead and bring this one up here and around, and so that'll be the head. And what can we do to get it to hold in place? Because I do want to do like some kind of, I guess some kind of loop at the top. I was thinking I could do the loops after. What if we, okay, I'm going to just turn this first here a little bit. Okay, get these ones. And, okay, so if we do a little loop center top, okay, but what are we going to do with this end? Because it ends up being a little extra end. That's the trouble with resin. You really have to figure out a way how to finish them. Let me just see. Just let me think for a second. Because we could finish it like that. We can just do it to here. But then, or put it right against there. But the trouble is you don't want it to come apart. That's why sometimes I do like a double loop at the top. Or we can just cut it. Let me just think. What if we brought it around and did like a, I wonder if it would work if we did something like this and just brought it around. And that could be the mouth. I mean, could try that. It's not going to hurt. Curve the longer wire. Oh, well there you go. I guess we're on the same wavelength. I'm going to do it so this will be the mouth. Great minds think alike. There we go. So we're going to do that and we'll see if that's going to hold. Thanks, Connie. So we're going to do that and then we want to straighten it out a bit as much as we can because it was a little bit wobbly. So we're going to bring this. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So that's, my goodness, it's cute. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to write Boo in it the way I wanted to write Boo, but I might be able to find another way to write it. Okay, so let's get this. And it's so cute. I hope this is going to work. So we're going to get that on here. And let me just think for a second. Because the eyes will be different. So we're just going to bring that one down here. The eyes will be different than the mouth. But, you know, this just gives you guys an idea. And then you can do it any which way you want. So let's mix up some white resin. If we have white mica powder. Let me see what we got. I didn't think about that. I was assuming white. If not, I can get acrylic paint. This looks white. It says white. Okay, so we will get our little thingy, and there's our scooper. No, that's not a scooper. We need our spoon. Let me see if I can find it. No, that's not a spoon. I'm not sure where my spoon is. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's so sticky. Okay, let's do our this. I'm gonna keep an eye on the time. We're good. We're good. I really wanna. I just have to finish for sure by 3, maybe a little before. So let's go ahead and make some white resin. Yeah, we'll see what the white's like. I don't know that I've used it, so let's hope it works. You could always put a bit of acrylic paint too. I'm gonna put a bit in there. Whoopie, probably is too much, but we're gonna see. It's cool. It's actually like a silvery, glittery white. I can add a bit more resin because I don't know if we're gonna have enough. Did I put the lid back? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's put a little bit more. Exciting, yeah. We'll see what it's gonna do. I'm on camera here, right? Okay, let's move over a little bit so I'm more centered. Get rid of some of this stuff. And make sure we're staying in view. Bring this one around. Yeah, it's kind of a silvery white. I like it. Metallic. White is gorgeous. Used it for one of my palettes. Wow, that's so fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and put, I might have to mix some more. Actually, because we put too much powder, let's put a little bit more. Okay? Because I think I'm going to need more resin than I think for this. I feel like it's thickening up. I'm not sure why. But let's pour that in. Okay. And, ooh, that's maybe too much now. Oh, I didn't think about that. I think maybe we have too much. I was a little bit too ambitious. I'm going to bring this here. Yeah, maybe I can scoop it out. There we go. Not making too much of a mess. Okay, I'm going to bring that one around. Okay, bring that one up. I don't want too much here because I do want to be able to put some eyes. And we also want to be able to put a bit of maybe some black. Thought about how I'm going to do the black. Unless we just put beads or something. Okay, I'm going to bring that one around. Okay. Oh, that's cool. So we've got that, and now we want to put some black in there somehow, but is there actual black resin, or should I get the black paint? I mean, it says black. Why don't we try it? Okay, I'm going to just do it on a separate thing. It's probably going to take a while to dry though, because it's very opaque, right? For it to set. Oh, mess. Okay, let's just put a little bit. And we'll get this. Kind of mix that in a little bit. Okay, maybe we can even put some beads for the eyes or something. I'm gonna see. Okay, so I'm gonna mix that in. I'm gonna mix it a little bit more. Okay, ooh, maybe I put too much, but it's gonna be, no, it's gonna leak over. Ooh, no. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure how to get that out. Oh, that was way too much. Okay. Let's see if I can get some out. Oh yeah, that's a bit of a mess. Not sure how to fix that. Okay, let me get I should have maybe set the white one first. I could have done that. Set the white one first. And I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit. That's why I do these, so you guys can avoid these mistakes. Okay, let's do that. And let's get, I'm not sure about that mouth, but I'm going to get a couple of beads to put for the eyes. But I'll have to get some seed beads. Just 1 second. So I have Allison's seed beads here. We'll see what we can find in those. She categorized them with the different colors, so I'm going to see if I have some that we can use for the eyes. And it's okay if they're not the same size, but I think we're going to need, does this come with tweezers? Yeah. So let's put these here and try to pop those in. Okay, might work. Okay, pop that in. Yeah, I'm not sure about this mouth. I wonder if we could put a bead in the mouth. Does that look funny? Let's try it. I think Connie had a better idea that should be a chin, not the mouth. That, Connie, if you make one, maybe just make that the chin and do the mouth separate, because I think it's too late for me to do that now. But let's see if that fits in. Maybe it's too high. Oh no, he looks like he has a soother. Oops, forget that. Okay, forget that. Don't like that. Okay, let's just keep it as is. And let's go ahead and permanent marker. Yeah. Black is a challenge. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe even the nail polish or with the acrylic paint would be good too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the white because I might use it again. I might use the black again. Let's put it under the light for a few minutes. And I'm going to put the ghost at the side. I can't believe I butchered that ghost face. Oof. Okay. Let's put those to the side. Let's let it do its thing. And we will continue. I'm removing some of the stuff from my table because it's getting a little bit claustrophobic. Okay. And then this one, if we need more black and white, I have more black and white. I have the tape. Okay, let's put that stuff over. Okay, those are on the ground. That was what I wanted to do. I was going to write boo. You could write boo. You could go ahead and write the word boo in there if you wanted to, but I think I'm going to keep that plain. I like it a little more classic. Okay, I made a bit of a mess here with the black. And now let's look at our templates again. Googly eyes. Oh, that would be so cute. That would be really cute. So there was, I actually thought about doing the Frankenstein too. He's kind of cool, or just the simple stacked pumpkins would be cute too. And this one was kind of fun too, but he looks like a Muppet, so I'm not sure I'm going to do that one. Or the bat's cool. But you know what? We're going to be doing Halloween for the next few weeks, so I think I'm going to try Frankenstein, and then we'll do the other ones a week. I also like that too, which isn't necessarily Halloween-y, but it's pretty good. So let's get, for Frankenstein, I thought, why don't we start with a green face and green head, because isn't Frankenstein green? Maybe he's not, I'm not sure. So let's go ahead and get green, maybe some black, some red. Probably if we're going to do red for the scar, we can use 22 gauge. Oh, what's that? Like this one, red, and he's got funky looking eyes. Maybe silver or black for the eyes. Maybe black. Do I have 22 gauge black? That would be good. Oh, look at unopened package. This is kind of a gray silver thing. I could use that. This was one that Beetlon sent me many years ago. That's quite pretty. It's, what color is that? It is gray. Let's open the gray. Let's see what it's like. I have earrings similar to the stacked pumpkins. Aw, that's so fun. Well, maybe I'll do those next time, unless I have time today. We're going to get rid of some of this. I just need a sip of water. Oh, I'm going to turn the light on again to keep this curing. Just removing the stuff on the table that I don't need. And where's my garbage? Here we go. I need my garbage. Okay, perfect. Put that aside. And so Frankenstein, let's get started. And Mirta, hey Mirta, how are you? Yay, Mirta's here with her hearts. Thank you always for those hearts, I love them. Move this over a little bit, okay. Put that under there, and I will move this stuff over so we have a little bit. Okay, I'm just trying to get my dirty part of this out of the way. The little dirty spot on my table. It's over there, that's okay. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's do this guy, Frankenstein. I don't remember if I've ever done Frankenstein before. I might have. And I will start with a piece. I might do this that way we did those, not Cinderella, but we did Wizard of Oz ones, where you do part of the face with green and then add the hair, and then that way it's a little bit more, the green is hidden under the hair. So let's go ahead and cut 10 inches, which is probably too much. Here. My hands are sticky now from the resin. Oof. Okay, so let's start with 10 inches, green, 20 gauge. Halloween, yes, Halloween. So let's go ahead and take this and bend it up around here, and this one over here, here. I haven't figured out how I'm going to attach those bolts, but we're going to see. So we're going to bring this one down. We'll make it very squared, I think. And across and up. And then we need to do the same on this side. Okay. I'm going to put that on for another minute. And down and across, down here and up. Okay, so we have like the chin type of thing, and then we can bring this one out a little bit over here. It's got a chiseled jaw, and then up here we're going to bring that one down and up. And this one too. we'll bring it down and up. Okay. And then the top of the ears. Well, if you want them more curved, you could use your round nose pliers. And up. Okay. And this one too. Down and up. Yeah, so I didn't need that much wire. Oh, my hands are so sticky. Oy. Okay. So this would be, now if you do want to continue this, we could always do that. I have enough wires, so let's just go ahead. I guess this head would be more squared. Well, we're gonna add the hair after. Okay, so we're gonna bring that there. I think it's gonna be easier. Okay, we're gonna bring this one around. Okay, around and around. Let's try to stay on camera. Yeah, Frankenstein is definitely a little bit more squared like that. And we're gonna bring it out here and around. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I'm not gonna worry about it being perfect. Put that in the garbage, and then we're gonna do a loop at the top. And around this way, perfect. Okay, perfect. So let's give that a clip. And, oh yes, the classic films. Mark watches a lot of those old movies. And I forget the name of the channel he watches it, but they play a lot of old kind of horror movies. His favorite is Young Frankenstein, which isn't that old. I think that's from the 70s. Okay, so we've got that. And let's go ahead and put that at the side for now. And Lon Chaney Jr. Oh shoot, I got some resin on there. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Wonder if I could just wipe it off, because I don't want it to be all sticky. I think it was white. Okay, so back to Joe. Where are we at with this? I'm thinking I want to just dab. Let's do it set. I think it's set. But because the black isn't like super black, I could add some white, but you know what? I think there's enough resin in there. So let's just discard of these two. I'm going to put these under the light. I'm just going to use my nail polish to touch those up, because the black resin isn't super black. But let's not make a mess like I did before. Okay, I'm going to just take my glasses off. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a toothpick, because I don't want to make a mess. And grab a toothpick. Should have one in the pot. Here we go. Okay. So let's try to do this. I was able to tidy up the white a little bit, so that's good. Okay, so let's get a little bit of black here. Good. Oh yeah, toothpick's a good idea. A little bit there, yeah, and then here. Maybe a little bit more. There. That's pretty good. Oops. Don't want too much. And this, of course, we don't put under the UV because it's just regular nail polish. I wonder if we could just clean that up a bit. Oh, it's kind of cute. I don't mind it with the beads. Did it leak over? No, I think it's all right. Okay, perfect. So that's that. Let's just let that dry then. And I'm gonna just stick these under the light just to dry them out. So that's super cute. We'll come back to that one later when we're done. And spectacularly cute. Aw, thank you. Okay, so let's go back to Frankenstein. I'm gonna have to trim this Not sure what to do with that. Maybe if I could, because this is actually it's spilt with on the resin. So this one I'm just going to get rid of that paper. And this one, I wonder if we can tidy it up somehow. This one just sinks into the paper. Okay. Now, here's Frankenstein. And we want to do the face. So why don't we try this new gray wire. 22. We can give it a shot. Put the light on that one a little bit more. And it's quite pretty. It's like a metallic-y gray. I've had that in my stuff for ages. Let's pull that out. Okay. I don't know how much. How about 10 inches again? Okay. So we're going to write down 10 inches of gray. And we want, let's start with the frown. Why don't we do start at the bottom? We're just going to have a frown. Okay. Okay, so we're going to bring that one like that. And then we're going to bend this one up. And this side too, we're going to have a look and bend this side up. Okay. Love that guy so much. That gray, the gray is nice, yeah. What's a mummy's favorite genre of music? Rap music? Oh, that's adorable. I like that. Awesome. How about a ghost's favorite flavor of cereal? Blueberry. Awesome. Keep them coming, guys. When I go see my dad, sometimes I tell him engineer jokes because he was an engineer. He's somewhat amused. But one of my favorites is why did the rubber, well, he was a civil engineer, so he was like designed roads and crosswalks and stuff. So one of my jokes for my dad is why did the rubber chicken go across the crosswalk? Any ideas, guys? Why did the rubber chicken go across the crosswalk? I had to put into context for him. Somebody's gonna get it. A ghost likes to read sheet music. I love that. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna bring this one down for his nose. There we go. Bring this one down. And down. We're gonna do the nose. And just bring it up. Okay. Keep it stylized. You can have a pretty big nose. There. It's a parrot. That's hilarious. So why did the rubber chicken cross the crosswalk? To stretch his legs. Ha ha ha. My dad liked that one. There we go. So let's go ahead and then for the eyes, we're just going to bring them straight across. We're going to keep them looking frowny. So to make them frowny, we're going to bring this across. Cute joke, yeah. And the advantage is I could keep telling him the same joke and he doesn't remember I already told him. So that's one advantage. There we go. I think I did this too high. So let's just bring this one down a little bit. There we go. Ah, perfect. In fact, I don't remember the jokes. I had to write them down because I don't ever remember them either. I was going to make a joke book for him, and it's just on my to-do list. I have a lot of projects these days. And then, of course, the bracelet challenge just starts Monday, so we're going to have to get prepped for that. And, yeah, I've been busy going back and forth to Arnprior to see my family and brought my sister there, and now she's back, so we're going to have a little visit tonight, and then she goes back to out west tomorrow. Okay, so he's got a short nose now, but that's okay. We're going to bend this down on an angle. Okay, we're just going to bend that down. And do a little circle for the eye. Okay, little circle. Just a little one, and then straight across. So you could tell by the eye with the line going straight across that he's kind of got that angry face. It all depends on the lines, right? And then this one. So we're going to go down. And then bend this. I'm going to say because he wanted to get to the chick's. I like that. That's cute. That's very cute. There we go. Perfect. We're going to bring that one up. Jokes are funny. I love comedy. Comedy is so much fun. There we go. Okay, there's our little grumpy. Oh, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it makes all the difference doing the eyes like that, because they definitely look angry. And then we're going to attach it here. Okay. Bring it around. I think I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to wind it near the downwards, because that way I can, if you wind it into the corner, then it's like more likely to stay in place. That's a little hack. If you wind your wire right into a corner, it's very much, it won't move because it's kind of stuck in that corner. Whereas if you just wind it on the side, it might move, it might flip. So this is a good little hack. And we're going to bring that one here and there. I might wash my hands. I forget what we said to clean hands with after using resin. Was it alcohol? I think it was alcohol. Because my hands are very sticky. Okay, so that should hold in place. And it should, oh, that one I didn't quite get in the corner. It's pretty good. It shouldn't flip. So here's the Frankenstein so far. There. I maybe made the mouth a little big, but I can maybe twist it down a bit. Reminds me of when I have a design for drama masks, that the mouth is similar. Okay, so there's, it's kind of flippy, but we might be able to press this so it's going to stay in place. There. And there. Okay, cool. Soap and water is the best. Okay. Hi, Galen. You. Nice to see you. Okay, so here's this guy. I'm going to just go wash my hands with soap and water. I'll be right back. Okay, so now let's do we'll have to do the bolt at some point, and then we have to do the skull. So I wonder for the bolt, maybe even a bead or something. I'm not quite sure, but let's start with the scar, which is red, which is here. So let's grab a piece of the red. Again, probably about 10 inches, probably too much. And, whoopsie, I need a bag for this. My spool broke, so this is falling apart. Don't use alcohol. Ah, smart. Okay, good idea. Good idea. So cute. Thank you. Okay, so to do the scar, I've done this with skulls before. So you just take the wire, give it a bend, bend it to the front, bend it to the back, and out. Pinch it, and it really doesn't matter if it's super even, so we're going to bend it out, bend it to the front, bend it to the back, and out. Bend it that way, bend it to the front. It didn't get super even there, but okay. Oh yeah, you have to try to keep these straight. The other thing you could do for the skull, or this scar, there's a couple ways you can do it. You can do it this way. I can show you another way too. Wow, it's such a beautiful day out today. I won't be, usually I take my bike out or I walk after the live stream, but I'll be going to get my sister at the train, so I won't be able to do a walk, but we'll probably walk downtown and we'll walk in the gallery, so that'll be fun. We'll do crafts. That is if we can get a ticket, because it's free, but you have to wait in line and get a ticket. Okay, so let's see what that does. That's pretty good. Yeah, so that's one way to do the scar. Just get these in a little bit. And then if you wanted to try a different way, I like that it's kind of wobbly. Let's cut another wire. I'm going to have to put this in a bag because it's getting all tangled up. Okay. Oof, really tangled. Okay. Let's cut it. And so if you want to do it this way, I'm not 100% sure it's going to work. Let's just try it. So if we cut this piece and stitching. Baseball, yes. It was the baseball that I did that stitching. Maybe I didn't do it with a skull. I don't remember. Okay, so what if we, in trouble, this is going to maybe wobble back and forth. So if you're worried about that, I always just take the other wire and twist it around, and it just makes it a little bit more stable. Okay, I'll put that. If you twist both wires, it's better. So what if we did this? The first one might be better. Okay. And then we take the round pliers and go like around and around. I mean, that's another way. You could just do a zigzag, but and then this one, just wind it. I think it's going to get pulled, distorted, but we're going to see 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I like the other way better. This one's a bit of a mess. Bring it in. Yeah, I don't think I like that. That's a little messy. Okay, let's go with this one. And you can do any adjustments you want. If you want that line to be more straight, you could just be more conscious of that when you're making it, to line it up. But honestly, scars are supposed to be messy, so I don't think it matters. Okay, you don't want it too perfect. Art looks better when it's not perfect. Okay, so there we go. Okay, let's try that, and maybe curve it out a bit to give it a little bit of shape. I think that's good. And we just take this here, hold it in place, and then we just have to do the hair. Bring that one around. There. Clip it. And then bring this one around. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay. He's funny. Okay. Oh, he's really cute. Now, let's go ahead and, if you give it a little pinch, it should hold in place. Okay, bring it down. There. And adjust these a bit. Okay, so now let's give him some hair. Assuming he has hair. I think he has hair. Okay. There we go. So let's get, I have a lot of this soft aluminum black. We can try some of that. It's going to be easier to sculpt. And why don't we do about 15 inches maybe? It's probably too much. I have a book with some horror pictures. Ooh. Have I seen my messenger? Did you send something just now, Mirta? Because I know you sent me some stuff the other day. Let me check. Mirta. Oh, from horror movies. Oh my gosh, from Jaws? Oh wow. Those are funny. I don't think I'm going to show those on screen, but they're very funny. Wow. I'm actually not a big horror movie fan. I know that Amber is. Why don't we move these out of the way? I also wouldn't mind to do a bat maybe next week. I like the eye too, and I do like the pumpkins. So let's just play around with this a little longer. And hair. How are we going to do the hair? Yeah, we could just do a kind of a, what if we just did some crinkly type, like this type of thing? We'll see how that works. I have lots of this wire, so if I mess up, I can just get more. It's fine. Okay, perfect. That's cute. I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach this. We don't need too much, but I do want to cover the green wire. So let's bring this one around. And this side too. Let's bring the scar down a bit, I think. And then this one, yeah. Frankenstein usually has a lot of his forehead showing. So let's just bring that one around. And around here. Maybe we can just kind of like, I don't know if we could just kind of do this type of thing. Maybe just kind of make it a little wiggly, or we can bring it around the wire like that. That's another idea, just to cover it a bit. But I don't want it too like regular looking, like too perfect looking. Like I don't want it to look like a real coil, because then it doesn't really look like hair anymore. But if you kind of like do a loose coil, it might look pretty good. Yeah, that looks definitely better than a tight coil. A tight coil would look a little strange, but he's just got messy hair. So let's do the other side. And we can maybe, if we go up a bit and then we fill it in, that might work. So let's try to do the loose coil again. And see how that works. Like very loose. You really don't want it to look really regular. Horror movies are not my go. No, not at all. No. The Amityville horror traumatized me when I was a teenager. So since that, I've never really been into horror movies. Even like horror movie spoofs. It's not really my thing. There we go. Okay, so that's cool. It's got very funky hair. So I'm going to go all the way back across, I think. and then go across another time. Let's bring that over here. Okay. Okay, so now we want to fill this bit in here too, but we don't need a lot of hair. I think this part you can just really free form because you don't need a lot of hair. There's just his hairline's very high. So I think anything you can do just to kind of fill this in a bit. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, but I think anything you can do to kind of fill it in, just make it very like chaosy. Not even like a regular chaos wrap, just messy. You just want to fill in that area. It looks cute actually. I like it. So you can go in as much as you want with the wire, and if you have a lot left, you can just keep going if you want to. Like we can even go a little bit more. Like I just, you can use up your wire if you want. Okay, so maybe I'll just do a few little loops. Lean over to the side. Huh. Wow. Frankenstein has an afro. That's fine. Got a perm. Frankenstein got a perm. Excellent. Why not? Monsters can get perms. There we go. Oh my gosh, it is very cute. Okay, so there's his skull or scar. I'm gonna tuck that in a bit. Try to make these so they actually looks like lines and more convincing like a scar. So I'm just pulling in these lines so they look like just lines. Okay, and you can adjust them. Amber, I wake up to watch her. KFC or chicken. What's wrong with you, Amber? Oh boy. Amber has a passion for horror movies. Everybody has their thing. I'm trying to think if I have some really unusual things that I like to do that nobody else would like to do. Mimi laughed at me one night because she went out with some friends to dinner and I was invited and I stayed home and made knots out of wire, and she has never let me live that down. The other day I spent 4 hours trying to transcribe my jig templates from the Artistic Wire Deluxe jig kit to the Memory Keepers jig for someone that had requested it. And after 4 hours of like redrawing all the jigs, well, the ones that she had purchased, after 4 hours of redrawing all the jigs, I realized, okay, this is, you guys are gonna laugh at me. I ordered the kit because I wanted to try the actual one. So this is the kit, Happy Jig. And I'm like, oh no, so I had to redraw all my patterns so they would fit on the jig, because the grid is different than on the Artistic Wire. And then after 4 hours, I was like, why don't I just do this and turn it at 45 degrees, and it's basically the same configuration as the Artistic Wire jigs. So that took me 4 hours to figure out, but now I know. When you know, you know. So there we go. So here is Frankenstein. Let's see what else we made. And we made Ghosty. Oh, poor Ghosty. Can I fix that? I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that. Maybe I'll remake that one. Well, we do have one that worked. We have this guy. And then let us get this one. And then next week I'll work on some more. Hopefully this is dry. Next week I'm going to work on some more, and because we have a few weeks that we could do Halloween. So let me know if there's anything specific that you want for Halloween. I'm just going to be careful because the nail polish might still be wet. So let me just pull this back. Oh, oh, that's weird. Okay, the black resin hasn't even dried yet because it's so opaque. So I will put that back under the light. And this is the ghost, which is really cute. And yeah, I'm going to put that back under the light. So there's this one, and this one. And I think we'll stop with that because I do have to get ready for my sister. And then next week, maybe we'll do like the pumpkins and the eye, and the hat's cute too. I've done witches' hats before, but never with resin. But I really, really love this white resin. It's beautiful. Yeah. The black is a problem child. Yeah, I should have skipped the black and just used nail polish. Oh, tell Kristen hello for me. I will definitely say hello. And I'm gonna flip this and put it under the light. Okay, like that, so we can, it might take me a while to get it to dry, and then I'll flip the screen and bid my farewells. And let's do this. You can see the neighbors. And we can flip the screen. Yay! I have my favorite shirt on. And where did I put my bracelet? I made that start by starting bracelet. I don't know if it's on the table. Let me check. I love it. I made one for Kristen and I really liked it, and I wanted, the We Create people wanted me to film it. So I made another one for myself. So I might have to make one for Amber too. Ha 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 ha. Stay tuned for that. So guys, thank you so much for hopping on the live stream. I hope everybody has an amazing rest of the week. Stay tuned for the 10-day bracelets to make and sell, make, gift, and sell challenge. I'm going to be posting videos every second day starting Monday, so everybody can stay caught up. And thank you, Amber, for always moderating the chat. Sorry I had to be a little early today, but I have to head off. So I will go pick up Kristen. We're going to go to the museum, and I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the day. And comment below the video with your favorite Halloween joke. That would be awesome. And we'll talk to you guys the next time. Bye.